Hi, everybody. We're back.
Hi.
We're going to talk a little bit about staying well during the holidays. So, um, this is something that I pay a lot of attention to every year. Um, it's not necessarily something Danielle has to work really hard at because the holidays are. What are the holidays like for you?
The holidays is one of my favorite seasons. I just get together with family, and it's been very memorable for me for the last couple years. So the holidays isn't something that I necessarily struggle with, but I know that there's a lot of things that I have to personally do to take care of myself either way.
Yeah, and for me, the holidays include a lot of things. So, um, the first thing is family. Not all of us have super awesome relationships with family, and so the kind of societal expectation of spending time with family can be difficult. Actually, going and spending time with family can be difficult. And that leads us to having to buy presents for family members, and sometimes the financial strain of buying presents for people and feeling like we need to buy everybody the coolest present we possibly can really put a strain on us mentally, physically, just trying to keep our finances in order while buying presents for everybody. Um, Another reason why the holidays is challenging for me is because um, I experience seasonal affective disorder, and so in the winter and the fall, I tend to feel down and have less energy, mentally exhausted. The cold weather is really hard on my body, and the lack of sunlight is really difficult for me. And so I have to do a lot of things to maintain my well being just because of the season that it is, let alone all of the other factors that go into it being the holidays. Um, Another reason it's going to be difficult for me this year is because I lost my father earlier this year, so I'm not going to be able to spend Christmas with him, and so that's something that I think all of us deal with at different points in our lives is a loved one moves on and we're not able to spend the holidays with them anymore. We might be thinking about all the memories we have with them and that we don't get to see them this year. So we want to address all of that and talk about ways that we can take care of ourselves.
Yeah, so I think that there's a lot of different life circumstances that can happen, but also like really preparing ourselves to take care of ourselves over the holidays is really important. So some of the things that you can do to take care of yourself is make sure that your support system is in the loop. They really have an understanding of how you're going to feel over the holidays and what you're going to need from them. Have that open communication so that they can support you. Really take care of your self-care as well. Make that a priority. Make that be your first priority. Taking time for yourself and really focusing on maybe like what do I like to do or what's my interest. What's really going to help me stay well over the holidays. I think reaching out too. It doesn't ever hurt to reach out to somebody new. It doesn't ever hurt to reach out to somebody maybe you've already known. But really looking at how you can make contact with people and let them know how you're feeling as well is super important for you to stay well. I think,
Yeah.
yeah.
And letting people know that the holiday might be difficult is a really important piece to that support system. So we might have people that we consider to be supporters, but they don't necessarily know that the holidays are a bad time or a difficult time. And so making sure that your supporters are in the loop and understand that you could be struggling. Like every year, it's a little different for me, and so just know that in the winter time, I need to be more honest and vulnerable with my supporters about where I'm at and what's going on. Um, and I need to take more time to take care of myself. So, like I said, the winter is really hard on my body. So, I don't take baths in the summer, but I definitely take baths in the winter time because the warm water just feels really good when it's really, really cold outside. And I like to stay indoors more. I'm kind of an outdoor activities girl in the summer and springtime, and I would much rather stay inside. And so I get a lot of work done in the wintertime because I am able to stay inside and kind of be engaged and creative. And so it's also a really productive time of the year for me. And so I try not to push judgment on myself about where I'm at depending on what time of the year it is. I just get to know myself better and operate within that realm, of where I'm at today. So I think one of the things that's helped me a lot is creating new memories and new traditions. So my family had a lot of traditions around the holidays, and because I don't spend much time with a lot of the people I used to spend time with, we've created new traditions in our house that kind of re-inspires and reinvigorates the holiday for me so that it can be an enjoyable experience that's new and different than the past experiences I've had in the past.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. I think creating new memories is something that you can always do for yourself. And so I think if you can learn to do them or try to do them over the holidays for yourself is really cool. I think every day is a new learning adventure for you and me, so just maybe trying that as something, as another wellness tool for you over the holiday.
So, what are some of the traditions that your family have?
So we get together for Christmas on my mom's side and my dad's side. So we get together and kind of have a dinner and opening presents and things like that for the kids. It can be stressful though. As soon as you are around, sometimes anxiety fills me with all the people around, and it's just a lot of chaos. So I really have to go home at night and take care of myself. Spend time reading or spend time with my husband outside of that environment so that I can kind of recharge and get ready for the next day. But it can be overwhelming sometimes, but good too at the same time.
Yeah. One of the things that my husband and I did last year was we got a bunch of new decorations and we decorated with our own decorations. So none of it had anything tied to the history or anything like that. It was all new, and we were able to make our Christmas in our home what we wanted it to be. Another thing that can be challenging, and my spiritual beliefs have changed over time, but is if you don't celebrate Christmas, which is usually the holiday that everyone's talking about when they talk about the holidays. So if you celebrate Hanukkah or Kwanzaa or the winter solstice, and you don't get those days off of work, you get Christmas off of work. And so that might be challenging because you have to take paid leave to celebrate your holiday when everyone else just automatically gets theirs off. So, advocating to your boss, and some organizations allow people to float their holidays, and they might benefit from you being able to work on Christmas if you don't celebrate Christmas. And so just letting your workplace know what days are important for you to be able to take off in the holiday season, and scheduling that ahead of time, because there's a lot of people that are going to put their hours in for time off like November 1st, and so you want to make sure to advocate for the days that you want to take off and spend with your family or friends, if it's going to be different or overlap with other coworkers of yours.
Yeah, kind of goes back to staying organized. I really liked how you added that in, because I think it's really important when it comes to the holidays that we're making sure that we're following that too within our work schedule.
Totally.
So Sadie, how do you take care of yourself over the holidays?
Well, I usually like to collect a list of movies that I can watch because I know I'm going to spend a lot of time indoors. I like to create projects for myself. So right now, you and I are working on a lot of projects to develop curriculum. And so I have plenty of stuff for me to do when normally I would be out like riding my bike or walking my dog or at the gym. I'm probably going to want to stay indoors. So having plenty of stuff for me to do and keep my mind healthy still at home. I also make sure that I don't overbook myself with like holiday parties and stuff like that, because there's a ton of them this time of year, and big parties are great, but I don't love them all the time. Because I am an introvert, it kind of becomes a lot. So, like, I'm not going to do a holiday party on a Thursday and another one on a Friday and another one on a Saturday and then expect that I'm going to be fully functioning to go to work on Monday. Like, I'm going to need some recharge time. So, trying to make sure that that stuff's scheduled out appropriately. Heated blankies. I love my heated blankies. I got one upstairs and one downstairs. Dog snuggles. I love puppy snuggles. I really wanted for this video for us to wear little Santa Claus hats and have some holiday music, but we weren't able to do that. So instead, I'm just going to talk about how much I love my dog and dressing her up for the holidays, and that gives me a sense of joy. And then also being able to watch my stepson play outside in the snow and throw snowballs and let my husband and stepson go play outside. And I'll make sure that they have yummy food waiting for them when they come inside, but I'm not going out there.
Yeah, so that's awesome. So I think another thing that's really important is having resources. So where can you find resources to take care of yourself or find ideas on how to take care of yourself? I think one place that's really important is the internet. You can find a lot of different lists of wellness tools, self-care tools, different hobbies. I know for me personally, I like to surf YouTube and find how-to videos, and that's what I do with my free time, is learning how to do new projects every week. The last one I learned how to finger knit, and it's been awesome. So I can sit in my chair and be cuddled up in my blanket and learn how to finger knit. So I think that's one place that you can find some really cool tools to take care of yourself over the holidays.
Yeah, there's this amazing thing that you guys might have heard of called the internet.
Yeah.
that has all the things you could ever possibly want in it. And so there's a lot of different programs that people do, like Wellness Recovery Action Planning and Whole Health Action Management and SMART and 12-step programs that can help you. But there's also tons of just lists of things that people do to take care of themselves on the internet, and so you can kind of develop your own thing and figure out what works best for you.
Yeah, I think that's what's important when we're taking care of ourselves over the holidays.
Yeah, so if you have any resources or anything that you want to share, please add them in the comments below and give us feedback. Let us know, was this helpful? Is this something that you might talk about in your co-reflection or with your coworkers? And if so, what else might you add? All right.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.